great to be with you again. Yes, lovely to see you all. Let's see. Next stream is on Thursday, which is going to be the 1st of May at 3:30 p.m. UK time. I think you're probably quite lucky that I'm here, because the whole of Spain was without electricity yesterday, all day, and the electricity came back here about 6 or 7 o'clock this morning. Anyway, so it's great to be with you all. Let's see. Hi to Julia, hi to Manisco, hi to Patricia, hi to Renyard, and hi there to Victoria as well. So let's go. Okay, this was about making plants drought resistant. Hi Oksana, this was about making plants drought resistant. I don't believe him an iota. Yeah, I would probably say I don't believe an iota of what he says. I don't believe him an iota. Yes, I think that definitely works. Okay, so Oksana says early days. It's also early beginning. I put early twice, haven't I? Birth, and then era, days, times, period for this research. Although genes from resurrection plants have already been shown to improve drought tolerance in some crops. So early days from Oksana, early days from Peter. Let's see what some of you others say. Okay, this is a collocation. Early times, says Patricia. In the salad. Okay, it's also salad days. Salad days works very nicely, Renyard. Yeah, it's salad days for this research. Okay, so this is a collocation. This is a pure collocation. It's early days. So it's of chicken days should exist too. Okay. Yeah, let's see. I'm no spring chicken. I get what you're saying. So early days. Yeah, it's early. Whoops, it's early days. We need an S on that. I'm gonna remove it. Early days. It's early days. Okay. This is the beginning of something. It's early days yet. We've got to see how this develops. In my salad days when I was green in judgment. Very good, Renyard. But this first green shoot, once the first green shoot emerges, this desiccation tolerance is lost, replaced, bargained, traded, trafficked for faster growth, higher yield, and more nutritious fruit or seed. Hello Philippe, lovely to see you. So, but once the first green shoot emerges, this desiccation tolerance is lost, replaced, bartered, bargained, traded, trafficked for faster growth. Hi Alex, great to see you. Okay, this is great. Replaced by Patricia, traded for, says Alex. Victoria goes replaced. Tolerance replaced. Replaced for? Traded for, says Oksana. Replaced by or replaced with? Absolutely, Oksana. Replaced, says Manisco. Traded for, says Philippe. Welcome, Victor. Lovely to see you. Replaced by, replaced with, but replaced for? No, it doesn't trip off the tongue. Let's see. Bartered for. Bargained with. Traded for. It's traded for. Bargained with. Is bargained for. Is traded for. Whoops. Is traded for. There's a swap going on. There's a swap going on. Is traded for faster growth, high yield, and more nutritious fruits or seed. Traded for, absolutely. So, let's continue. It's a trait that the Green Revolution... Whoops, I'm going to have to get some of this out. It's a trait that the Green Revolution... Hi Vitali, lovely to see you. The 20th century agriculture boom, which introduced high making, high yielding, high output, high turnover varieties of crops grown in optimum conditions of water, soil and sun, exacerbated. Look at this sentence. It's a trait that the Green Revolution exacerbated. And then all of this is an extra detail in the middle of it. Okay. It does make sense, Patricia. Yeah, it's a trait that the Green Revolution exaggerated. And all of this, what is the Green Revolution? The 20th century agricultural boom, which introduced high yielding, traded for, swapped for here. Absolutely, Alex. Yeah, high yielding. This is a good collocation. So we've got yielding from Oksana, yielding from Peter, yielding from Vitali, yielding from Renyard, yielding from Alex, yielding from Patricia, high yielding from Philippe. To trade. Okay, but let's see, they're trading one thing for another. They're trading the ability to resist drought for the ability to produce high yields and make very big plants. Hi, Nadia. So they're trading one ability for another. Let's see, I'll trade you my oranges for your apples. Michael Caine shorties. No, I didn't. But so to trade one thing for another, to swap. So anyway, high yielding. This is a good collocation. Yes, Chaya, welcome. Okay, meanwhile, while droughts... That's not very good writing, is it? Well, meanwhile, while droughts have always been an issue for farmers, rising global temperatures due to ongoing, running, underway, afoot greenhouse gas emissions are making them far worse, especially in the Mediterranean and Western North America. Yeah, I had a terrible power cut, Philippe. The whole day yesterday without electricity till 6 o'clock this morning, Philippe. The whole country without power. Quite incredible. Okay, so... Okay, so on... Let's see. Yes. Let's see. Trade-off is a characteristic of many complex systems, biological or not. You gain some, you lose some. Good. So ongoing for Peter, ongoing for Victoria, ongoing for Maurits. Welcome, Maurits. Ongoing for Renyard. How he married his wife and Cary Grant. Power cut, yes. All day yesterday without electricity in the whole of Spain, Patricia. Look at the news. Ongoing for Nadia, ongoing for Philippe, ongoing for Chaya. It's gone, ongoing, current, and getting worse. Okay, yeah, the power cut was ongoing until 6 o'clock this morning. Okay, so due to, yeah, ongoing, it's something that's happening at present. Running, no. Underway, it's something that has started. They say it's some sort of mistake, but I honestly don't believe them, Oksana. I really don't believe them. Honestly, I don't know. Wow. So, ongoing things. Power shedding, perhaps. How? No. To me, how can you leave a whole country without power? So, hey Ronan. I'm sorry. I'm going off topic. Ongoing greenhouse gas emissions. Yes. Underway is something that's started. The ship is underway. It's left. The train is underway. It's left the station. To greenhouse gas emissions that are afoot. It's all right, Victoria. So, drought, wildfires and heat are estimated to have cost 12.9 billion in crop losses in the US just alone, singly in 2023. Hi Lando, lovely to see you. So, Oksana says alone, Vitali says alone, Lando says just, Victoria says alone, Julia says alone. But Patricia, anybody in the third world would say, oh, the power's gone, so what? As an adverb. In the US, just. Okay, but Lando, read the sentence. In crop losses in the US just in 2023. That would say just 2023 as opposed to just the US. You see, I think this should say just the US in 2023. Peter goes for just. Alone says Alex. Alone says Philippe. In the US alone. Just in the US. Yes, Rainyard. Singly. But okay, I took the grapes out of the bag singly. Singly is one by one. People came into the room singly, not in twos, not in threes. Doesn't work, Chaya. Do these singly. Singly means one by one. And then if you look at this, in the US alone is good, alone, US alone in 2023. But in the US just in 2023. And that, if we use just, it would refer to 2023. If we use alone, it refers to the US. So in the US alone. My pleasure, Chaya. According to some climate models, by 2100, according to some climate models, by 2100, much of the agricultural land in sub-Saharan Africa and South America will be unsuitable for food production. A large proportion made futile, bleak, barren, fruitless by drought. Good luck with your exam, Dawit. No, I'm wearing my black top, a black t-shirt. Okay, so Baron says Vitali, Baron says Lando, Baron says Peter, Baron says Maurits, Baron says Alex, Baron says Oksana, Baron says Julia, Baron says Victoria, Baron says Patricia and Nadia and Renyard. I'm sure you'll do really well, Dawit. Your English seems to be pretty good. There's a bleak future. Barren, absolutely, Dawit. Barren for Manisco as well. So if something is futile, it's no good. I tried to do it, but it was futile. I couldn't do it. The future is bleak. The weather is bleak. Something that is barren is infertile. There's nothing in it. Barren has this idea of infertile. And fruitless. Fruitless is something that you try to do, but you're not successful. I tried to jump 3 meters, but it was fruitless. Barren land. Yes, absolutely, Philippe. Much of the agricultural land, barren. Yeah, a large portion of it will become barren. It will be just completely infertile. It will be so dry that you can't grow anything in it. Okay. Agriculture will only be possible in Canada and Siberia, says Henk Hilhorst, a retired seed scientist, founded, established, stationed, based in the Netherlands. This man is bleak, barren and boring. So Renyard says based. Vitali says based. Peter and Victoria and Julia and Alex say based. Based for Manisco. Okay, founded. You found a company. Based from. It's stationed in the Netherlands. Good, Philippe. To found is to begin something. You found a company. You found a club. Established. No, stationed is they've sent him there to work. But based, this is where he lives. So based for Nadia. He's retired. Notice he's retired, so he doesn't work. So stationed in the Netherlands. It means his company. If he's stationed, it means his company or his work people sent him there. Yes, that's it, bruh. You've got it, bruh. Okay, but based is where he lives. Stationed, he's been sent there to do something. Soldiers could be stationed in a certain place, but that means you're sent to work. You're sent to do your stuff there. Station sounds army or work related, whereas based is your private life. But if he weren't retired, he could be stationed there. Exactly, Oksana. Very good. Is my lighting different via? I've been having terrible problems with my bulb. Between founded and established in this context. Well, you see, residing in, yes, Vitali, definitely. You see, I would say established in the Netherlands. It means he's been living there for a long time, and this is well established. He's got a good house, and everything is normal, and everything is organised. Yeah, first of all, you found something, and then as time goes past, it's established. Founded and established. Probably in this context there is no difference, however, Renyard. So based in the Netherlands. The situation is so severe, argues Farrand, that even the most radical shifts in agriculture now have to be reflected, considered, thought, weighed. We're just not going to get enough food, she says, so we become incredibly inventive. The company has been established since 2019. Definitely, established is good. Even the most radical shifts in agriculture now have to be okay. Considered, says no. Can a person be founded? I think not. No, a person can't be founded. Well, maybe they could be founded by their parents, but no, a person can't be founded. Maurits goes for considered, Nadia for considered, Vitali for considered. Victoria says weighted, and Lando says weighed. Considered, says Julia. Renyard says considered. Philippe says considered. So does Philippe and Patricia. Shifts to be considered. Yes, Philippe. Shifts considered, but decisions weighed. Yes, I would also with weighed, I would prefer weighed up. You weigh up a situation, weighed up. It could be without the up, but the up is much more common. Be taken into consideration. Yes, Dawit. Contemplated. Yes, Peter. Considered. Yes, Chaya. Considered for Alex as well. To weighed up, Lando. Have to be. You could say have been weighed, but to weigh the pros and cons of. But most commonly to weigh up the pros and cons of a female flounder. Okay, have to be considered. Yeah? Confessions of a female flounder. Thought also needs a preposition. Have to be given considerable thought. Have to be reflected upon. Have to be weighed up. Have to be considered. I would accept weighed, but it's the second answer. Pounder. Okay, let's go for the next. And pounder. The most common crop plants such as wheat, maize and soybean have already been made more resilient, strong, tenacious, hard to water scarcity through selective breeding. Shifts have to be thought of. Thought about. Resilient for Renyard, resilient for Vitali, resilient for Lando, resilient for Alex, resilient for Peter, resilient for Oksana, resilient for Julia, resilient for Bra. Well done, Bra. Resilient for Nadia, resilient for Vitali, resilient for Dawit and Patricia. So let's see. Have been made more strong. I think I would say have been made stronger. More tenacious. If you're tenacious, you keep going. You don't give up. More hard, I'd go for harder. More resilient, very definitely. So more resilient, good for Philippe and Chaya. Well done. Choosing plants. A strong. But, bruh, I would probably say stronger. I more strong. It doesn't sound very good. Stronger is better. Tenacious, I don't give up. I wonder if the story about his wife is true. I'll have to read it, Patricia. So, Vitali says reserves, so does Maurits and Alex and Peter and Reynard. Choosing plants with greater root depth helps them find assets, stocks, reserves, funds of water, for example. Or choosing those that flower faster helps produce seeds in a shorter growing season. Reserves for Reynard, reserves for Chaya and Victoria. Our tenacious efforts have been paid off. I might have said, are you nuts or something? You don't even know who I am. Find deeper reserves, says Philippe. Reserves is a good word. Deeper reserves. So funds, Lando. Fund talks about money. Yeah? A fund is a reserve of money. Find deeper funds. You go to the bank for deeper funds. Deeper reserves. Manu, lovely to see you. Buenas. Reserves for Nadia and Chaya and Patricia. Well, you saw light at the end of the tunnel. Whoops. Okay, so deeper reserves. It can, in certain contexts, okay, a fund of knowledge. It's not common to use it with things like that. A fund of definitely a fund of knowledge. A fund of what else? A fund of skills, maybe just about, but it's much more common with money. The outage in Santiago. Electricity came back at 6 o'clock this morning, Manu. Assets, advantages. So, let's see. Julia says extreme. Bruff says extreme. So does Vitali. The stock market is blooming. Extreme for Victoria. Extreme for Oksana. Extremely tough weather. Okay, reserves for the previous one. Such a turmoil. Yes, absolutely. Stock would work to a degree. Yes. That's why I made a stocks. Reserves for Mamin. Welcome, Mamin. So, extreme weather events. Extreme for Typhor. Welcome, Typhor. Extreme for Nadia. Extreme for Dawit, Patricia, and Reynard. So, tough weather conditions. Maximum weather events. Extreme weather events. Extreme weather events. It's got to be extreme. Yeah, extreme weather is a good. Extreme weather events aren't just becoming more common, they're becoming more unpredictable, and this is one of the things about this. Freak weather events. That's a good word, Vitali. Assets. All you've got. Active. It's assets, money, house, wives, etc. Okay, entropy, confusion, chaos or anarchy is the marker of climate change, says Timothy George, a soil scientist at James Hutton Institute in Scotland. There's just more variability. It's okay, Patricia. Anarchy is the marker. Entropy is the marker. Chaos is the marker. So Manu goes for anarchy, Alex goes for entropy, Victoria goes for chaos, Nadia goes for chaos, Dawit goes for entropy, Reynard goes for entropy. Maurit says he doesn't know the other ones, so he's going for entropy. Chaos is the marker. Confusion is good, Peter. It's okay, Yuri. Chaos is for Patricia. Anarchy is in fact chaos. Entropy is the measure of randomness of a system. That's very good. Entropy just means disorder. Yes. Okay. Entropy is how ordered a system is. Okay, let's see. Anarchy is political. Anarchy is political. Anarchy is where no one is in charge. Yeah. Entropy is too physics-ish. Chaos, says Oksana. Confusion. If you're confused, you don't know what's going on, but all sorts of answers. I think both entropy and chaos would fit. I think both of these words are good for it. Although the one they used was the simpler one, chaos. Michael Caine. Anarchy without leader. It was chaos is the marker of climate change. Although I think entropy, you see, it doesn't say if the entropy is positive or negative. Hi Slipknot. If you're confused, you're perplexed, you're baffled. Because entropy doesn't actually say... entropy is the measure of the randomness. And it doesn't wrap... it doesn't say whether it's high or low entropy. Entropy is too scientific. Okay, what it says, Dawit, entropy says that something that is highly organized has more energy than something that is highly disorganized. Anarchy's about politics, confusion's about humans. So we say chaos. Absolutely, Oksana. Okay, let's try one more, and it's going to be the last one for today. I'm discombobulated and mind-boggled. Our last one's really easy. A marker, a recognizable identifier. Very good. Solar storms hit the Iberic, the think tank says. Yeah, that's one. A marker is an indicator, something at a given point. So, this one. Periods without water occurring out of the blue for Manu, for Dawit, for Vitali. Out of the blue for Renyard, and out of thin air for Yuri. Out of the blue for Mauritz and Slipknot. Out of the blue for Oksana and Peter and Bruh. Out of the blue for Julia and Victoria and Nadia. Out of the blue from Manu. Out of the blue from Philippe. Out of the blue from Patricia as well. He popped into my house out of the blue. Good, Julia. Blue for Lando. Yes, once in a blue moon, says Dawit. Blue, exactly, bruh. Andalusia and the Canary Islands. Appearing out of a blue sky. Yes. That's the idea. You look up and there's a blue sky and suddenly it appears. Yeah? Appearing out of a blue sky. Absolutely right, Philippe. So, out of the blue. Randomly, exactly. So, I'm going to stop there. It's been really good to see you. I think I'm very lucky to be here. So, next stream will be on... I'll see you on Friday, Victoria. On Thursday, which will be the 1st of May at 3:30 p.m. UK time. Thank you, all of you. It's great to see you. Okay, so thank you to Alex, and thank you to Bruh, thank you to Chaya, thank you to Dawit, thank you to Julia, thank you to Lando, thank you to Philippe, thank you to Manisco, thank you to Manu, thank you to Mauritz, Thank you to Nadia, thank you to Oksana, thank you to Patricia, thank you to Peter and Renyard and Slipknot and Typhul, thank you to Victoria and Yuri and Vitali. Been great seeing you all, so thanks very much. Take care, all of you, and I'll see you on Thursday. The other words, yes, but it's a good article. There's also a bolt out of the blue for something expected. Yeah, it came like a bolt out of the blue. Bleu, exactly, Mamine. Thanks a lot, Alex. It was great. So take care, all of you. It's wonderful to see you all, and yeah. For being late. Chaos was that in Spain happened yesterday. But you had electricity, didn't you, Manu, in Canarias? Yeah? Hit the like button. So take care, all of you, and I'll see you all on Thursday. So